Hey, good morning, everybody. Bill Utenage bringing you another episode of Mindset Monday. And as you know, each Monday, unless I'm traveling, I'm here live with you on the beginning of Monday to hopefully share something that you guys can take and use it and adapt it into your life that will make it hopefully maybe easier or better. And today, what I want to talk about is how can I? And what I mean by how can I is that a lot of the times, and again, when I'm saying that to you, I'm preaching this to myself as well, is coming from a place of solution. There's so many times that things happen in our lives, and the first thing of it is like we look at like, okay, how it's not going to work. Okay. And I've talked on this before and I bring it back up because it begs repeating, because I think so many times I know myself is I can fall into that, even though I believe that I always want to be coming from a place of solution. Sometimes I'm just not, because I get stuck in like, a pity party for myself or victim mentality or whatever that may be. It was just like, okay, this isn't going to work. There's too many things going against it, whatever. And then it's just like, I want to get away from it, versus sometimes it's slowing down enough to kind of, and asking yourself, it's like, okay, all right, this is what I say that I want. How can I make that work? Because it may be something where there may be a skill set that I need to get better at, or there may be, I need to get help from someone else in this who knows, or who can help me get to where I want to be. And so coming from a place of not being that victim of it, of just asking the question, sometimes I'll just stop and just go, all right, how can I make this work? How can I fill in the blank, right? Shoot this video, make more sales, buy a new home, whatever that is that may be for you, because sometimes that we feel like the obstacles there's so many of them and they're just right here in front of us, where it's just like, okay, I'm just not gonna do it. And maybe it's not that important, and then I'll move on. So my challenge to you, is it always is the challenge to myself, is you're going through your day to day and this week, is when something that comes along where it's just like you feel that resistance, there's something there, is to stop and go, wait a second, how can I make this work? And just by asking that, opening that loop up in your brain, right? It's like, how can I make this work? Well, I could. And then it'll be so interesting, because I know when I do this, when I slow down to do it, it's like, okay, well, I could do this. All right. It's the next best, what's the next best action that I can take? It's like, well, what about this? Or maybe I should, hey, I could ask someone, because they're really good at video. They're really good at writing or whatever, right? Whatever that thing is that you want to do, is by asking yourself, how can I do that? And that will, for me, it has been a big game changer. And sometimes you just have to sit on it for a minute. And then because it's like, we want it to be immediate. It's like, well, how can I, like, boop, here's the answer, just going to pop in my head. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes I've got to maybe ask that question, 2 or 3 times. And I try something and maybe that doesn't work. It's like, okay, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? So how can I versus I can't, right? As soon as we say that, it's like, oh, I can't do that. Right? Well, we're already telling our brain that we can't do that. So the brain's like going, yeah, we already can't do it. We're not going to go look for any kind of solution for that, but asking ourselves, how can I? So that's what I've got for you today on today's Mindset Monday. Use that today. See how that works throughout your day and throughout this week. And I'd always love to hear feedback on, hey, is this something that you maybe have done and you've seen a result in that? So, hey, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of my community, and I will see you guys